guys, Kate here. This is my first ever makeup tutorial, any tutorial of any kind, honestly. This is my very first one. So I figured why not just jump in and give it a shot. I'm going to be doing Elsa today, considering the picture I posted in CC was of Elsa, and that is what everyone was asking for. I figured that would be a good one to kind of jump into for the first one. Just a couple things before I get started. Like I said, one, I'm already like really jittery and nervous speaking. One, again, cannot stress enough, I've never done this before, so I really apologize if things are like a little jumbled or a little like unclear. It's just, like I say, I'm kind of winging it right now. I wasn't even planning on doing this today. I was actually kind of planning on doing it tomorrow, but I figured, hey, let's just get it done. Let's get it done and do the thing, and here we go. So, like I said, number one, I'm very much an amateur, so please forgive any missteps that I will make. Two, the reason I didn't want to do it as a live video in one of the groups was because that adds even more pressure to know that people are literally watching me as I do it. It's like, I can't handle that right now. And then also I feel like it might have been a little bit easier to share, like if I just uploaded it to YouTube or to Facebook, it would be easier to access, like say if you're not in the group that I did the live video in. So that was another reason why I wanted to do it recorded. And you're also going to be hearing a lot of car horns and things like that, because this is New York. Welcome to New York, everybody. This is Queens. So I apologize. It's horrible weather right now as well, so there's a lot of noise out there. I apologize. I'll try to speak loudly. Excuse me. So yeah, that's again why I wanted to do it recorded, a little less pressure and a little bit easier access for everyone to watch. And let's see, if you notice me doing like this a lot, I have a cat. She might jump up and say hi during the video. She gets very jealous if I'm not paying attention to her, so just forewarning. Also, again, because I haven't done anything like this, I tend to ramble if I'm trying to explain things, and I just get a little too like involved in it. So I apologize if I'm rambling or if I'm not making sense. I'm just going to try to focus on doing the makeup that I do for Elsa or whatever character I'm doing in the order that I do it in usually. And we'll just kind of, you know, hope that things work out from there. So, but I also wanted to mention that I notice a lot of times with like the really professional YouTube beauty guru tutorials, they're very like, you know, they do this and this and this in this order, and they have these products that could be sponsored maybe, so that's why they have all these you know, specific products and they know the exact brand, exact number, you know, whatever. Excuse me. I'm also a little bit hoarse. I just came back from Orlando. Going from like 99 degrees to 40 degrees is no good for anybody. So that is why I just am kind of all a little over the place. Excuse me. I'm also trying to play a little bit of music just to keep it not as awkward. Hold on one second, we'll do that one. So a little Frozen music for the tutorial I feel is appropriate. So what was I saying? Yes, so I feel like a lot of times the tutorial gurus on YouTube are very set, and they know the exact product and the exact thing and the exact number. I have that for the most part, but sometimes I go rogue and I just wing it. If for whatever reason a color isn't working the way I want it to, or it's not as pigmented as maybe I'm wanting it to be, I'll just jump and try to find something else to make it work. But hopefully I will be able to give you guys as clear clear tutorial as possible today. We're gonna all learn this together. So I guess without further ado, let's get started. I'm just gonna kind of go over the set list of what I'll be doing in the order, and then we'll actually start. So what I first do is start with like the primer of the skin, making sure my skin is nice and smooth, because that's, I mean, if you don't do that, then what are we doing, right? Then do eyebrows first. Always have to do eyebrows first because they take so long, so just get it out of the way. And then that also naturally kind of leads into, with the eyebrows, I do the carving with the foundation, and then that will go into like the full face foundation. Then I will use my setting powder, my Johnson & Johnson baby powder, talc-free cornstarch baby powder. And it's amazing. I love Urban Decay setting sprays, but they're a little pricey sometimes. And this is a great cheap alternative. And then from there, I can just kind of go into it. Eyes, blush, lips, whatever. I usually do like the eyes first just to get that started. And then the blush and the lips are kind of easy. And then obviously eyelashes and things like that. So I guess let's do it. So let's get started. The first thing I use is the Pixie Flawless Beauty Primer. There you go. In number 1, Even Skin. I use that combined with Femme Couture, get this at Sally's Beauty Supply, Femme Couture Get Radiant Complexion Enhancer. So this one right here. Okay. And then the E.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer. I kind of combine all these things, very small amount of each of these things, and just kind of put a little bit on my tips of my fingers, like this. There she goes. I'm telling you, it's going to be a very interesting next couple, however long this is going to be. Sorry if this takes a really long time. I'm just, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. So, okay, nice and shiny. That's what I always think when I put these on, because they're very, very shimmery, shimmer primers, and I like them very much. So maybe just a little bit more. Let's set in a little bit. Ooh, my fingers are so shiny. Whoops, whoops, already dropping stuff. Already dropping stuff. Also, another forewarning, my skin is incredibly sensitive. So if you notice like blotchiness happening, like this, blotchiness happening in random places, it's probably because I accidentally like did this and then it just started getting crazy red and terrifying. So no worries, it's all good. Don't worry. You should see me when I try in bathing suits, it's terrifying. Okay, so eyebrows. I notice a lot of people ask about my eyebrows whenever they see the pictures I post. Gosh, okay guys, this is very involved. It takes a while. The thing that I like to use the most, the thing that I think is the most consistent, for me at least, is the NYX brow. Oops, sorry, I'll get a little bit of, there we go. NYX eyebrow gel. NYX eyebrow gel. This one. And the color is EBG03 Brunette. Okay, I use that with this type of brush. I'm not gonna know any of these like brush names or anything like that, so just kind of, you know, bear with me, right? I usually will use like a little thing. This is my eyebrow, or sorry, eyelash thing that I just put a little bit of this on and go from there. So like I said, I just kind of put a little bit on there. It's like a palette, you know, like a painting palette. Now, like I said, the eyebrows are very involved and specific, and they're probably gonna look a hot mess until I do the carving. So like I said, bear with me. They always come out fine. So now that I know I'm gonna be watched, it might, you know, might mess up, but we'll see. So I'm gonna try to do this as like into the camera as possible while also looking in the mirror. So you got to get a good brush through, make them nice and flat. Okay. Then I just take a little bit on the brush, like that. Okay. Say, I'm sorry, I'm literally recording this on an iPad, so I'm really sorry with this atrocious lighting. I had just grabbed every lamp I could find, and this is the best lighting in the apartment, so I apologize. It's such a makeshift video on an iPad. But hopefully it gets the point across, right? Okay, so let's see if I can just maybe do a little bit of both. Okay, so I usually will do like this. Already messing up, hold on. Like I said, it's gonna look a hot mess to start with, like super thick and like super weird looking, but trust me, when it's all like blended in, my cat is already going crazy. Hey, yeah, you can stop whenever you want. That'd be great. Yeah, I know. So yeah, like I said, the eyebrows are usually super silly looking and really funny, very like Groucho Marx, you know, or whatever. And then I do like kind of like the blending in to get that blend, like so. Okay. All right. And I apologize if there's like awkward silences, because like I'm usually very intently doing this whenever I'm getting ready, because I'm always like nervous before parties. It doesn't matter how many parties I do, I'm always incredibly nervous. So I'm sorry if there's like weird awkward silences during this. I'm just very intently doing this. Okay, so there's one. Try to keep it as in camera as possible. Okay, and then we'll do a little bit more on here. So I think my main tip for eyebrows is like just fill them in, make them look really weird. Like, I mean, look at this is ridiculous. Make them look really weird and full, because you can always carve out later. Like you can always, it's like an eraser. The carving process is basically like erasing whatever mistakes you made. So don't feel, I mean, don't go crazy, but like don't feel like, oh my god, I've messed it up completely. I gotta start over. Not necessarily, you can always save it. So let's see here. Oops. I think my apartment is slanted. I know it is, honestly, because things will just roll off tables, and it's weird. It's not spooky, just because I know the apartment is very old, and things will just roll off tables, and it's very creepy. So keep doing this. This is good practice for me. I have an Elsa party next week, so I can just keep my Elsa practicing up. Okay, that's pretty good. Like I said, it's very, I think the trick for eyebrows is just making sure it's kind of got that blend. See, look at this. This is so ridiculous. This is fine. Don't worry about me. Is getting that kind of shaded blending in, or it's like the fade. The fade, that's what it's called. Trying to get it to fade and natural. Okay. So that looks thoroughly ridiculous, right? Now, just gonna take a little bit of water. Everybody should get one of these water bottles. They keep iced all day. It's incredible. Okay, so I don't want to have this to be like an hour-and-a-half video, so I should probably just get going. Here we go. For my foundation, I like to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I think it's awesome. I mean, I have yet to find something else. I'm sure there's plenty else that is amazing, but I mean, again, on a budget, this thing is, I love it so much. It's very, very, very nice. So basically, I use one of these kind of little brushes, very similar to the actual eyebrow application brush. I just use this one, a lighter color, so I use it so I know which one is which, and then I just start carving. There we go. Okay, so I'm trying to do as angled as possible. Okay. I like to pull from like out, like go out and then go in, not right where the color is. Okay. Skip those ads. I hate YouTube ads. They annoy me. Okay. I'm so sorry. I keep putting like the mirror right up here. You can't even see it. What's the point? So, obviously Elsa's kind of thinner, so we can just bring it up a little bit more. And on the edge. Okay. I kind of go for the edge and just smear it down. I wish I brought my napkin. That's okay. Whatever. We'll make it work. You can kind of see how it's, you know, getting carved out and the shape is becoming a shape and not just a blob, which is very nice. That's pretty good. Just zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I think that one's pretty good, and if I need to like even out when I start on the other one, I will. I always usually use just my hand. It's the closest thing I have, closest built-in palette, which is nice. Okay. This one always, I feel like this one always gives me grief. Like I can't match them up, but we'll try. So I usually will try to brush out just a little bit more to make sure it's ready to go. I think the thing that people might not do, and like when they're asking about like how do you do your eyebrows, how do you do your eyebrows, honestly it's the carving. Like that literally is like the biggest difference between like good brows and great brows. Like it's the thing that kind of just sets it above, because you're like controlling what they look like as opposed to just like filling them in. And I notice a lot of times when people post their pictures for CC, their eyebrows are usually not, I mean they don't look bad, but it's like they just don't look, you know, put together. They don't look like finished. And I feel like the carving is the thing that really sets things apart, at least for me. That was the thing when I learned how to do the carving by watching tutorials, was the thing that I was like, oh, that's the missing link. Like that's what it is. That's how I get my brows to look like incredible and perfect, and you know, but I've started to get a complex because I literally don't want to leave my house without doing them, and they take forever. So I don't know, maybe dug myself into a hole with that. Just a little bit more. I'm also like so mortified that you're all seeing me without makeup, like a full face of makeup. That's just very, very lucky. No people usually see that. Lucky, I don't know if that's the right word though. Sorry if this is like a really awkward angle. I don't know how else to do it. I've been thinking that like if you're watching this, like if you're all seeing this, then that means that it turned out okay. So hopefully you'll all be seeing this, because that means that it actually turned out okay in the end. So that's something to hopefully look forward to. That's it, like I said, it's another thing. I'm gonna accidentally like be blocking the makeup process, and like what's the point? So I apologize if I keep doing that. Hopefully the end result will be clear enough. Okay. Pretty close. That's the thing about eyebrows, is like one day they can be absolutely perfect and absolutely on point and even, and then the other day it's like womp womp womp, you know. It's very hard to get them looking perfect all the time. Okay, I think that's pretty good. That's for now. So, eyebrows are pretty much carved. What I'm going to do now is just maybe take the rest of this and just start applying to do the dot technique. I know, I look crazy. Okay. There, that looks thoroughly terrifying. Alrighty. And I also like to use beauty blenders as well as brushes, like these guys here, just like this. Just kind of depends on my mood, I guess. We'll try the blender and see what we got. Actually, let me just do this. Just have a little bit on my hand. Never know. Like I say, sometimes I'll just jump back and forth to brushes, beauty blenders, whatever I feel is going to get the job done. Okay. I'm sorry if I start rambling at times or if I repeat myself, because I can't remember what I said in real life or what I was practicing, what I was going to be saying, so I do apologize. And I usually brush downward. I feel like that's a little bit better than upward. Just go against the grain. And then I'm also blending where the eyebrows are. So just kind of very lightly going around there and into the hairline. That's nice and blended. Obviously down to your neck. So important. Get that down to your neck. Just covered the lips because I'll wipe it off later. Sorry, it's getting to be like 23 minutes already. I'm trying to go. Usually once it gets past a certain point, it goes pretty fast. It's like the pre-setup and then, you know, all this like tedious stuff is the thing that takes the longest, I think. And then all of a sudden it just starts to flow pretty fast. So hopefully that'll happen in a minute. Okay. I feel like this lighting, it makes me, I'm like, oh, it looks terrible, but hopefully. So every once in a while, see another little thing I want to fix. I do. I think the thing with Elsa, and why I figured this was a good, you know, first tutorial, is just the fact that she is so obvious makeup. Like, it's that bright purple and the bright pink. The other girls are a little bit more subtle with their browns and their bronzes and, you know, yellow tones and corals and stuff. Even Anna is very, I think she's very, you know, muted. But Elsa, she has obviously got that makeup on. It's very, can be very draggish and wonderful. But I figured that was a good, like I said, a good first tutorial is going with someone who is very obviously wearing makeup, so it's a little bit easier to tell what's going on. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So another reason I really like the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow is because it is very good coverage, I think. Very nice coverage. Then if I feel like there's a little bit of darkness under the eyes, I tend to use the Derma Blend a little bit here, just like a little extra coverage, which is nice. And as far as like where I get my things, I mean Sephora, Ulta, Sally's. I have a Sally's like randomly right down the street from me, so it's like a blessing. But also like CVS and any, you know, Duane Reade's, Walgreens, wherever you guys live, you know, Walmart, really anywhere, Target, anywhere that has like makeup. I really kind of stay away from the really expensive beauty desks like in the malls and things like that. Only because, not that I don't want to use them, I just, like I said, I'm poor. I'm very poor, I know. So I figure, you know, if I see something that I'm like, hey, that looks good to me, let's give it a shot, I'll give it a shot and buy it. Just do a little bit more brushing, blending of the brows. I'll always find something to fix with the brows, so you'll notice that throughout the video. I'm like, oh wait, let me just do a little bit more brow. A little bit more brow. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna do the, you know, pouring of the powder. It's kind of like the baking, but I usually don't wait. I was like, oh, wait 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't have time to wait 10 minutes, so we're not gonna do that. I have a towel on my lap to catch the excess. Ooh. So scary, so scary. Spooky ghost. Too scary for me. So usually once I do pouring of the powder, I tend to kind of brush out the powder that got in the brows. Brushes out nice and easy. Okay. As I'm just brushing, there's nothing really important happening, just getting that powder out. Okay. So like I say, I usually wait a little while. Sometimes they'll recommend to bake for 10 minutes or whatever, but we don't have 10 minutes. I don't have any patience for that. So we'll just wait for a few minutes and then move on to the next thing. Once I wipe the powder off, I usually, like I said before, I don't really have a set idea of what I want to do first. Tends to be eyes, just to start to get that out of the way, because I feel like blush and lipstick is very, very simple. I tend to save eyelashes for last. I don't know why, I just do it. It's just what I find works for me. So probably we'll do the eyes first, just to get that going, and then blush and lipstick, and hopefully at that point, and then eyelashes of course, and then hopefully at that point it'll be done. So, you know, won't have taken too long. So yeah, just waiting for this. How you guys doing? You good? Okay, good. I was just at Animal Kingdom a couple days ago. Like I said, I was just in Orlando. It's weird to come back from like 99 degrees to 42 degrees and rain. But had a great time. Did the Ray audition. Didn't get through, which is fine. I mean, we all know what that's like. I mean, anyone who's auditioned for Disney, it's, you know, it's heartbreaking, but again, I was fine with either outcome. I'm happy I did it. And yeah, I've never been to Animal Kingdom before, so that was really cool. I never realized it was just like a really big zoo with a lot of other awesome things. If I'm honest, I mean, I don't want to offend anybody, but Dinoland USA? Okay. Like, it seems very misplaced to me. It just literally seems like a carnival. Like, it looked very similar to like my grade school's fall festival, like legitimately. I thought it was adorable and very cute, but when I walked in I was like, this doesn't seem, you know, doesn't seem very like Disney standard. But again, no judgment. I think it's adorable. It was just like, you know, I had to laugh a little bit. But I did get to see the Festival of the Lion King. Most of the day was literally finding shade and sitting down, so I didn't look disgusting for the audition. Because it was hot. It was like the first, like the hottest day of the year so far. So yeah, but I mean, it was great. I was so happy that I got to go, and I feel like if you go to Orlando and you're anywhere near Disney and you don't go to a park, like, what are you doing? What's the point? You know, like, you wasted a trip. So that's what I did. I'm happy I did it. Had a great time. Got to meet Russell. Did the Wilderness Explorers sign. Very fun. So yeah, that was fun. But now we're back to real life. I think that's a sufficient amount of time. Let's start wiping it off. And it's literally just wipe it off. And gives it a nice matte look, and it really just seals it in. I swear, I sweat, guys. I sweat so much, it's disgusting. I usually have an issue with here and here, where the makeup will get very, very caked and like it'll pool in the middle, and it's just gross. Since I have started using, just use my smaller brush for the eyes, since I've started using the baby powder technique, it just doesn't do that anymore, and it's awesome. It really just makes it nice and dry, and it just seals everything in without giving it a drying look. Like, it looks really nice and put together, and I love it. So, and it's so cheap. It's like $4, you know, so can't really go wrong. Okay, eyes. Okay guys, now this is like so sad because I don't even think they make this anymore. I literally have to like, it's like toothpaste, you have to squeeze it out. It's Covergirl Bombshell Shineshadow, and I kind of use it as like a primer. I feel like it works. I feel like it works for me at least, but it tends to like be deceptive. Hold on, get it out. Hold on. Maybe it's like stuck. If not, then I'll use something else. Hold on. Here, you be quiet, ad. There we go. Okay, it's coming out. It's coming out now. It's like a little pimple. I'm like popping a little pimple here. Okay, so it's literally just like this shiny, like glittery shadow that kind of acts as a sticky base. And then I'll either just like, I just use my finger, and put it all over the lid. And if I can reach it up to the top, and it just kind of adds a nice little base to, I don't know why it's so stuck. It's weird. It really doesn't do this. Hold on. There we go. I have to do this. It's like there's like air stuck in it, and it's just being very annoying. So under the brow, that's another thing to like do the highlight under the brow bone. Okay. And also in the crease, I really like to put a little bit of the highlight, whatever I have in the crease there, or like in the corner. Sorry, in the corner. That's good. So I think it's more. It's gonna like shoot out, and it's gonna be madness. So. I need like a pin, is what I need. Oh, I'm sweating. It's making me sweat. Goodness. All right, a little bit. Just need a little bit more. If anything, I could probably actually use a little bit of this. It's the same, it's a little bit less dry, but might do the same effect. It'll help with the shadows later to make them a little bit more pigmented and stick a little bit better. I also have some water. I tend to use water to make things more pigmented. It's a little hack that I think works very well. Yeah, this thing is just like seen better days for sure. There we go. Just need a little bit. I need to look it up to see if maybe Amazon has some more, because I like it very much, and I do not see them in stores whenever I go. So, okay, that's good enough. So now for the pink. Pink is first. My pink that I use for Elsa, because it's very shiny and very just, it's got that look. I don't know if this really, you can really tell. Here it is. It's called, it's Milani. You can get it at like pretty much any drugstore, I think. Bella Rouge, number 19 Bella Rouge, and the type is called Bella Eyes Gel Powder Eyeshadow. So it's, excuse me, it's very very pigmented. It can use a little bit of help, like sometimes you have to like pile it on a little bit, but not too much. And then let's just jump in, guys. I'm just gonna get my brush a little bit wet here. Okay. Ugh, this song. It's not that bad, but you know, it's not that great either. And also, I think I mentioned I like to use like some blushes just to make the eye, the pink a little bit more pigmented. But this one's pretty good right now. We'll see. Okay, and I usually just keep it under the crease and then we'll kind of blend it out later. Okay. Oh, that is socially impaired. See, looks quite nice. A little bit more water. Cannot believe my cat is being so good. She's just hanging out. Wow. She's usually very jealous. Very, very jealous. If you guys, I'm so sorry, I keep doing this, I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second, I need to go get a napkin, so 1 moment. Oh, sorry, I apologize. There we go. Okay. All right, so pink is pretty good. Tend to just grab a little bit of pink blush and just make it nice and vibrant. Here's a fun game. Take a shot every time Anna says, "Wait, what?" in the movie, because she says it a lot. It's very fun. For like 5, 6 times. Okay, so here's pink. That's the first base of pink. And then jumping into purple. Jumping into some purple. I have 2 purples I can use. It's another Milani. It's literally the same Milani, you know, brand, just the purple. It's called 14 Bella Violet. Skip that ad. 14 Bella Violet. Again, Bella Eyes, gel powder, and eyeshadow. And anything that I've used, I'll make like a list and I'll put it in the description or whatever so you guys can look it up. This is what it looks like. Very nice and purple. I also have this little Milani palette of purple. It's very gel, like it's a very gelled thing. So again, it helps with like pigment and getting it a little bit more like stuck, which is nice. Okay, so let me see if I can wipe off this pink here. If anything, it might help with the blending. So let's jump right into it. Okay. Okay. That usually just blends nicely in there. And I usually like to put some white above here, which I will do in a little bit. Again, sorry, the lighting is so awful in here. Also the water, using some water to help with the pigmenting of the eye colors, helps with it not looking as harsh. It like helps with like blending, I think. So like it makes the edges a little less harsh, which is nice. There's also this Kiko color sphere that I like to use. I bought it for the My Little Pony party, but with the purple that it brings, it's like a nice other option for purple. Like I said, this is what I'm talking about. I kind of go rogue, and whatever colors I have that can fit the look that I'm going for, I'll use them. Don't have to stick to one path. Just go do whatever you gotta do. Okay, so then there's a little bit more. Okay. Elsa's coming to life. And I'm not going to do a full look. I'm not going to do the wig or the costume or anything just because, well, I don't really need to. I don't think. It's just for the makeup. Not a full Elsa look. I should just go out tonight, you know? I'm going to look crazy if I don't. Into the crease. I'll see that. So then I actually love this I think this is Napoleon Purtis. Napoleon Purtis. My boyfriend used to work at a company and he got a ton of like makeup because he like did graphic work for like Target, I think it was. And they gave him like all this makeup for like displays and whatever, and he just brought all this makeup home. So like that's why it says, I didn't steal it. This is not a tester that I stole. I'm not shady like that. He just came home with like this box full of makeup and I almost passed out. It was amazing. But Napoleon Purtis, it's a really cool, like this. It's ooh, see that? Little glitter. And I like to use that as like the brow bone highlight. I'll kind of bring that down. It makes it a little less harsh. The hell song is this? That is not Olaf. What is that? Okay. And then I'm gonna just, where's my, there it is. Just like kind of blend it in a little bit. And like, I'm not sure if you can get these things. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that I use is from that day that he just brought all this stuff home. But like I said, I'll list it in the description as to like what they are, and if you want to look on maybe like Amazon or eBay or whatever, maybe you can find some. I don't think I have any left. I think I like used it all. So sorry if the music is like repeating. It's on like a shuffle. Blendy, blendy. And under the brow. And it gives that little glitter that just kind of goes all around, which is lovely. Alrighty. The hard part's done, I'd say. What we do now. Let's just do a little bit of blush. I mean, blush is blush. You know, what are you gonna do? So just grab a little bit. And to smile so I get the apple. Oh, as far as the blush, sorry. This is a Sephora palette. I used to have my highlighter in here that I love, but obviously I used it all. This is Sephora Palette Visage Ombre Obsession Face Palette. I believe my boyfriend's grandfather gave this to me for Christmas like 2 years ago. So again, I don't know if Sephora will have it, or if maybe they each Christmas holiday, like they'll have, you know, a palette of some kind, like their special holiday palette. But that's what it is. So I'm sorry I can't give you any more information, but it is Sephora Ombre Obsession, Ombre Palette, whatever it is. Kind of blend that in. Okay. Okay, so highlights. I just got this thing today at the dollar store. I don't know what is about to happen right now. If it's not good, it's literally like a shimmery eyeshadow. and I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, it's not bad. Not bad. Trying to get the right light angle. I also, like I say, when in doubt, I can always use this complexion enhancer, the Get Radiant, because it is very, like I say, it's so shiny looking. Let's see if I can show you. It might not show up on camera. It just has like this, it's almost like an iridescent look. It's really, really pretty. And it's great if you want to like mix it in, like if you want to like put some in your hand and then squirt some, you know, foundation, just rub it all over your face, you know, kind of haphazardly. It'd be really nice to like combine with your foundation because it is very, very nice. Okay. It's a little tricky because it is liquidy, but we just need to have that shiny highlight. Gotta have Tamatoa wanting to keep us on his back for all eternity. That's the goal, you know? We want Tamatoa to want us. It's so shiny, you know? Okay. So, now I'd like to do a little bit of glitter. This is nail and body glitter. It's from Blitzy. Again, it is Sally's. I love Sally's. Again, it's very convenient for me to get to a couple blocks down the street, which I'm very grateful for. Technically use my finger, but we'll just, what are we, barbarians? Come on. No, we're not. So, Elsa likes her glitter. There you go. Hello. Look at that. Look at that. How's that doing? It's nice. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, I love that. Love that. But it's very pretty. Very, very pretty glitter. Shows up real nice. And I like to bring it to the parties to put on little girls' faces or like use it for glitter tattoos. So you can just kind of see how pretty that is. I love it. But again, that is called Blitzy. Blitzy Nail and Body Glitter. I'll show you in a second. It's a bit messy. I won't lie to you. It's a bit messy. But it looks like that. Sorry, it's a little... There you go. You can kind of see it. Stardust White. Stardust White is the name. And look, it's like it's got little snowflakes on it. How perfect. I didn't even notice that. Love it. Okay. Oh, look at this glitter coming off me. You can't really see it, but I see it. It's nice. Okay. So now what we'll do is eyeliner. This is going to be very tricky to show only because, I mean, I have to get so close to the mirror and like have such a steady hand. It's just so nerve-wracking to do eyeliner. Okay, and not make it look like it's taking over the entire eye. So I'm going in, wish me luck, and I'll try to do it. Let me do it like this, maybe. I'll try to do. So my technique is, because a lot of people will ask like how I do my eyeliner specifically. I start from like the middle here, and then start from the outside here, and then kind of swoop in. So I'll try to do it like this. There we go. So we kind of do that. I just bought new eyeliner, so it's very thick. Okay. Okay. Now this is the trick. I do one here, a wing, right? And then you pull it in. And it's pretty easy to fix. Add. Okay, and that also makes the, when you put the fake lashes on, gives it a nice, like the wing is already there, so it kind of makes the lashes look really nice too, I think. Sorry, it's getting so long. It's like 50 minutes already. I apologize. And then I just kind of go all the way down. Make it as even lined as possible. Sorry. Okay. Quite nice. Like I said, the lighting in this apartment is atrocious, but it's the best I could get. It's the only room in the apartment that has like overhead lighting on the ceiling. So I did the best I could, I'm sorry. So that's that, okay? And then now the trick is to match it on the other side. We all know that struggle. It is a very, very common struggle. So we'll just do this. Also, I don't know if any of you ladies or gentlemen, whoever's watching, suffer from the same, I guess, obsessive compulsive disorder that I have. I've talked about it a couple times, not really at length in the groups. I think someone mentioned it, that they had it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have it too. It's called trichotillomania. Some people call it trichotillomania. Basically, it is obsessive hair pulling. And it sucks. It's the worst thing ever, and it's very much related to stress and kind of like idle hands, I guess, like if you're just bored or stressed or whatever. At least for me, it can, basically it's obsessive hair pulling or like skin picking. I don't know if the skin picking is specifically the same disorder, but I know the trichotillomania is definitely related to hair pulling, and it can be hair on your head, on your eyebrows, eyelashes, arms. Mine is focused on my eyelashes, unfortunately, and it absolutely shatters my self-confidence sometimes. I cannot even tell you. And it feels very wrong to be like out of control, like to feel out of control of your body and like what you're doing. Because like I'm literally doing it and I'm telling myself to stop, like I'm just like pulling my eyelashes out because of nerves or whatever. And I'm like telling myself to stop, like you're crazy, stop doing that. I just can't. It's so weird. The reason I bring it up is it's usually kind of like, it makes it very obvious when I'm doing my eyeliner, the damage I've caused, because there's all these like sections missing and whatever. I've been lucky that so far they've always grown back, so that's good, I guess. But you know, I've had friends that have told me like, oh, don't do that. Like my mom did that when they were younger, and now like they don't have eyelashes or whatever, or they're very, very like thin. And my eyelashes were always like my favorite part of my face when I was little, because they were really full and pretty. My aunts always really liked my eyelashes, and now I'm like destroying them. It's just, oh, it's so frustrating. But at least with the princessing, you can't really tell, because I'm always wearing some fake lashes or thick eyeliner. That's why like most people that I work with, like if I'm not wearing thick black eyeliner, they're like, oh, you look so different. I'm like, yeah, because I'm trying to hide the damage I've done to myself. It's frustrating. Frustrating. Okay. So, there we go. Pretty even, actually. I'm surprised. I'm impressed with myself. Okay. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to do my lips. Then I guess we'll do eyelashes last. And then that should be it. Okay, so lips. I like to use a lip liner regardless of the color. I usually just will use red, and then I just to have like a clear line is very nice. So I usually just use this red. That's what I got. And then I will tell you the colors I use. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Like that 90s look with like just a lip liner and like a different color lipstick. Yes. She's very fashionable. Okay. Okay. So now that they're lined, the base color I like to use is a darker color. It's very dramatic. It's called Jordana Modern Matte Lipstick, and the color is 09 Matte Dark. So this is what it looks like. It's basically like a purple, and then I will top that with NYC 316 Blossom. It's a very Elsa color. I remember the first time I saw it, like just looking at it, I was like, oh, looks very Elsa, very like frosty, like a frosty pink, which I thought was very nice. So I will put the dark on first and the frosty pink on second, and it's kind of like a really nice combination, I think. So, carefully, and go red. Smells really good too. Kind of smells like vanilla. I like it. It's really nice. Okay. And yeah, the matte is really nice too. Gives it a very dramatic look. So dramatic. Elsa's not anything if she's not dramatic. I think we can all agree on that. Sorry again that this is getting to be a long video. You can always fast forward through that silly opening that I did. Okay. Getting there. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I also really like to use dark color lipsticks because it makes your teeth look whiter. Little trick. Okay. So just wipe that out. Okay. So, don't need to do that much. As far as this color, I don't know if you can get this in stores anymore. I used to get it down at my CVS and it's like not there anymore. It's the NYC, so I don't know if that's like, I don't think it's discontinued because you can still order it online. Like it's on Amazon, I've seen it before. But I don't know if, I mean, hey, if your local Walgreens or Walmart has NYC brand still, go check it out. But you can definitely get Jordana and NYC at Amazon, sorry. Okay, then I usually just blot a little bit because it's an excessive amount of lipstick, and it will definitely get caught in your teeth, so you have to do a little bit. Pretty nice. So I usually will do, usually do a little bit of mascara first just to have like a base for the eyelashes. This is literally, I just bought it. It's E.l.f. Sorry, E.l.f. E.l.f. Never really sure how to pronouncing. Oh yeah, sorry. I just realized I haven't been like telling you what each thing is. The eyeliner is E.l.f. as well. It's charcoal color E.l.f. However, the applicator is a thicker, hold on, let me show you. So the applicator tip is like a felt tip. It's very sturdy. The applicator that the E.l.f. Thing comes with, it's very flimsy and you don't have as much control. So I just happen to have this applicator from like another eyeliner that I'd had at some point, and I liked the way it worked, but I couldn't find, I think it might be Almay. I think it's Almay's applicator. And then E.l.f., I really like how thick it was. So E.l.f., E.l.f. Eyeliner liquid, and then I think the Almay brand applicator because it's like a thicker, more controlled applicator tip and not as like loose and like brushy, I guess. And then the mascara here, it's not great. I just bought it. I just went to CVS and bought it. I just need something cheap and fast. But it's another E.l.f. Mascara. And it says lengthening, but I don't know. Mascaras are very frustrating because I feel like there are way too many of them and they're so expensive, and I feel like that to me is like the biggest gamble because like the main thing I want is for it to not clump, because I feel like all my mascaras, I mean, I know it's just a matter of you gotta buy something a little bit more expensive, but I just feel like it's such a crapshoot. Like you go to, you know, a drugstore and to their beauty section and the mascara wall is just like floor to ceiling and you just don't know what you're getting. So unless you know exactly like the brand you like you've established what you like, I don't even know, man. Like I've yet to find one that I'm like, that's my brand. Like that's the one I want to use. It always works. It doesn't clump. You know, it's good to the very end. I've yet to find that. So if anyone has any suggestions for me of mascaras that they really like, that they would swear by, I would love to hear it, because I have yet to find one that I'm very much in love with. Like, it'll start out good, and then it just, like, within a few uses, it's, like, clumped and disgusting, and it's falling my eyes. Hurts. Terrible. And also, another thing, the more it clumps, the more I want to, like, pick at it, which is not good for someone who has a disorder where they pull their eyelashes out. So, it's another thing. The least clumping, the better, is what I'm saying. Okay. So that's good for that. I have very long bottom lashes. I think you're about to find that out, depending on how well this covers. See, ooh, look like 60s mod girl. But I feel incomplete if I don't do it, so usually we'll just kind of take the excess off. Okay, still glittery. Alrighty. So usually throughout this, I like to just kind of, bye-bye, mascara falling. Again, everything rolls. It's on a slant. It's uneven. Just kind of touch up, make sure everything looks nice. Get that glitter everywhere. Share the glitter, yeah. Alright, so eyelashes. I like to use, and I think Crizzy Brandel, hi Crizzy, I love Crizzy. She's let me borrow so many of her beautiful, I rented so many of her beautiful costumes for things. So I love her. I think she's the one who had asked what eyelashes I use. I use Ardo Wispies and Demi Wispies. I like to use those because, again, those are the easiest ones to get. They always have them at my CVS. But I also like the, I think they're Kiss, the tapered lashes. For whatever reason, they don't have those down the street, so I have to, you know, work with what I got. But I really do like these. But I love the tapered lashes because they look so natural. I mean, like, it's awesome. And they're very, really? Did I really just do that? Oh, God. Okay, well, that was embarrassing. I just, like, pulled some of the eyelashes off because it's, like, stuck. Hold on. Okay, hopefully that's all right. It'll be okay. No worries. No worries, guys. Little hiccups. It's okay. Okay. So, I like to use dark colored glue just because it blends in with the eyeliner a lot better than like white that turns clear, because I don't trust that. I don't really trust that. I don't think it's, I mean, it's clear, but you can still kind of see it. Okay, so just very gently putting it on the lash line. And I think lashes are probably the most intimidating thing when you're first starting. Like, when I was first putting on eyelashes, I was like, I don't get it. Like, how do I do this? And it just takes finesse. It just takes some time to learn, honestly. Okay. Okay, so I usually just let it dry for a second, kind of bend it a little bit. Okay, we're at 1 hour and 3. Not terrible, not great, but again, for my first one, I'm surprised I didn't ramble more. Probably did though. Hopefully it'll upload okay. And then we just kind of set it on here. Okay. Here we go. And then this is always like the tricky angle, is trying to like get it to set down without looking awkward. Okay. Let that dry. I usually try to push it down a little bit, give it a little help. Sorry guys, I'm sorry I'm obscuring your view. And what's good about this is you can always kind of like fix any application mistakes or whatever with some eyeliner, which is nice. Okay. So I'll add a little bit of mascara there. asking where you've been. These are not very good today. I think these might have been like a defective pair because they've never ripped that easily. Like I keep ripping like the eyelashes off. That's never happened before. I think I just bought a defective pair, but you know, for the purposes they're serving, it's fine. Trying to get off the little excess glue. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Okay, yeah, these are definitely defective. I apologize for the interruption. All right, that's very annoying. But again, we're gonna do the best we can. I literally just like pulled half the eyelashes off. That's embarrassing. Whatever, we'll figure it out. Okay, so again, it's good because at least it is on dark eyeliner, so you can't really tell. It's just a little added eyelashes, which is always good. Oh, it's so annoying. Sorry. Alrighty. Okay. That actually looks okay. Oh, you stay down there. Just kind of keep it in place. There you go. Yes, it is being very temperamental. Okay, so, like I said, it will have to do. The mascara I bought today I don't really like too much, so this one is kind of my go-to. It's Rimmel London Wonder Lash, and that'll add a little bit of volume to the lashes, I say. Make them pop a little bit, you know, a little cartoony. Okay, I think that about does it. I don't know if I missed anything, but oops, sorry. There you go. So let me just get kind of close here. Like I say, the shadows are really crappy, but this maybe is a good angle. Like this. Love that Elsa makeup. So that's pretty much it. Elsa brows, Elsa lashes, and Elsa colors. I hope I covered it as thoroughly as possible. Again, for my first time, wasn't really sure how it was gonna go, but I'm happy with the outcome. You can kind of see everything, that pink and purple. And you know, a lot of times what I'll do is once I'm finished, I will kind of really look at it and sit with it for a bit, and then, you know, can jump back and add a little bit more pink, a little bit more purple. But that's pretty much it. This is, you know, the angle, looking down angle. Like I said, the shadows are terrible, but gotta have that glitter. That little bit of highlight is nice. Again, I am by no means a professional makeup artist, so I hope that this was helpful for people. And maybe if I do more, maybe if I do some live ones here and there, I'll get a little bit better with, you know, explaining things and my technique and whatever else. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. If you want to message me on Facebook or wherever. And then obviously, you know, you put in the contacts. Don't think I always have blue eyes. That's just makeup strictly. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. If you want, like I said, I'd be happy to make a list of the products that I used, and maybe links of where you can buy them, if they are not more or less available in stores anymore. But this is the Elsa makeup, and I hope you guys enjoyed my first tutorial, if you can call it that. Like I said, I was very nervous this whole time, so thank you all so much for requesting me to do this. Every time I would post a picture, it's an incredible confidence booster that people want to hear how I do my thing. So that makes me feel very good. So thank you guys so much for that. And I'll see you guys next time. One more look. Sparkly glitter. Am I shiny enough for Tamatoa? Bye guys. Thank you.